Most affiliate marketers who try solo ads lose money. Not because the traffic was bad, because they made one of these 10 mistakes before a single click ever arrived. After tracking 2,000 solo ad campaigns across 12 years, the same patterns keep showing up. The marketers who fix these mistakes see their results transform. The ones who do not keep blaming the traffic and keep switching vendors. By the end of this video, you will know exactly which mistakes are costing you money right now and how to fix every one of them. Let us count them down from 10 to 1, and I promise you, number 1 is the mistake almost everybody makes. In 10th place, buying too few clicks is the fastest way to sabotage your solo ad test before it even begins. Ordering 50 or 100 clicks might feel like a safe trial, but it is a recipe for statistical noise. Imagine flipping a coin just 10 times. Results swing wildly. The same happens with small solo ad buys. A 50 click test can show opt-in rates from 2% to 30% just by chance. Like, to get a real signal, you need at least 300 to 500 clicks. That gives you a margin of error around plus or minus 5%, tight enough to judge whether a vendor or funnel is actually working. Anything less, and you are making decisions on luck, not data. If you have ever pulled the plug after a tiny test, you probably missed out on campaigns that would have worked with a proper sample. Discipline here sets the foundation for every optimization you will make down the line. Number 9, ignoring mobile optimization quietly drains more solo ad budgets than most marketers realize. Over 60% of solo ad clicks now hit your page from a phone, not a laptop. Yet, too many landing pages are built for desktop first, with tiny call to action buttons, forms buried below the fold, or slow load times that lose a chunk of visitors before the headline even appears. Every 1 second delay cuts conversion by 7%. If your opt-in form asks for more than 3 fields, or the submit button cannot be tapped with a thumb, you are leaking leads at the first touch. Here's the quick test. Would you honestly fill out your own form on a phone with one hand standing in line? If not, neither will your solo ad traffic. Audit your page on your phone before you buy another click. Fix the friction and you will see more leads flow into your funnel before you even touch your email sequence. And 8th place, skipping the email follow-up sequence is one of the fastest ways to waste your solo ad spend. Most solo ad leads will not buy after a single touch. They need 5 to 7 emails spaced from day 0 through day 14 to even consider your offer. The data is clear. A 5-touch series can double your click-through rate, and adding a second follow-up on day 2 lifts open rates by 12 percentage points. If you wait until after the clicks to write your emails, you are already behind. Preload your entire nurture sequence before you buy traffic, so every new subscriber gets a steady cadence from the moment they opt in. Are you loading at least 5 emails before your next solo ad run, or are you leaving sales on the table? Number 7. Picking solo ad vendors based on price alone is a shortcut that quietly destroys your return on investment. It is tempting to go for the 30 to 35 cents per click offers, thinking you are saving money. But in reality, those bargain clicks almost always come from aged lists or lower quality sources. The numbers tell the story. Premium vendors charging 55 to 80 cents per click routinely deliver 10 to 12% opt-in rates, while the cheapest lists limp along at just 3 to 7%. That is not just a small difference, it is the gap between building a USable list and pouring money into empty clicks. Top-tier vendors often include perks like live tracking and over-delivery guarantees, which protect your investment and help you spot problems early. If you are buying solely on price, you are not paying for leads, you are paying for disappointment. The real question is not how cheap you can get clicks. The real question is, what is the cost per real usable lead? Number 6, mismatching offer temperature to traffic temperature quietly kills more solo ad campaigns than most marketers realize. Imagine bumping into someone on the street and asking for their wallet, no introduction, no trust, just a direct pitch. That is what happens when you send cold solo ad traffic straight to a $47 sales page. These leads might be warm to the idea of making money online, but they are ice cold to you. The data is clear. Direct to offer funnels usually limp along at 1 to 2% sales rates. Campaigns that warm up their audience with a free training, checklist, or value video before any pitch can see opt-in, rates jump from 20% to nearly 50%, and sales multiply 3 to 4 times. A simple warming sequence where you give value first and then make your ask doesn't just build trust, it shrinks your cost per lead and boosts return on investment. Are you sending cold traffic to a cold offer? Or do you have a bridge page in place? Drop a comment if you have tried both and seen the difference. Number 5, relying solely on vendor click reports is like trusting the fox to guard the henhouse. Without your own independent tracking, using tools like ClickMagick or Volume, you are flying blind about what is really happening after you buy those clicks. Vendor dashboards often miss up to 30 or 40% of bounce spikes. They cannot flag duplicate clicks, geographic anomalies, or bot traffic that quietly eats your budget. Installing a third-party tracker on every campaign lets you see exactly how many real, unique visitors land on your page when those clicks cluster and whether you are getting the traffic you paid for. This forensic approach turns guesswork into hard data, and it is the only way to catch hidden losses before they drain your return on investment. Have you ever caught a traffic spike or a bot run with your own tracker? Drop your story in the comments. Let us see how many silent leaks we can expose together. Number 4, writing weak subject lines for your welcome sequence is where most solo ad campaigns lose half their audience before the pitch even lands. In the inbox, you get one shot. If your subject line reads, "Welcome to our list," you are just another blur of gray text. But swap it for John, unlock your free guide, or 3 quick steps to double your traffic, and your open rates can double overnight. The first 3 subject lines in your sequence are your entire first impression. If they do not win, nothing else gets seen. MailChimp's A/B tests show a benefit-driven line can deliver 42% open rates versus 20% for the bland version. Add urgency or a curiosity gap, like your free ebook expires tonight, or the secret solo ad mistake nobody mentions, and you stack the odds further. The rule is simple. Your first 3 subject lines must win the inbox battle. Test them relentlessly because strong lines double your open rates, and that is the gateway to every click and sale that follows. Drop your favorite subject line in the comments. What has actually worked for you? Coming to the top 3, failing to match the promise in your ad or email with the headline on your landing page is a classic conversion killer because congruence matters. Solo ad traffic is skeptical by nature. If a subscriber clicks through expecting a free checklist and lands on a page that talks about a video course or uses a generic headline, trust evaporates. The bounce rate jumps and opt-ins plummet. In one split test, simply aligning the landing page headline with the email promise using nearly identical wording cut bounce by 26 percentage points and lifted opt-in rates by 18%. That is not theory. That is hundreds of real campaigns. The 3-line rule is simple. Your ad, your email, and your landing page must all echo the same promise, almost word for word. If a subscriber sees a different offer or a vague headline, they are gone in seconds. Run a quick string similarity check between your subject, your email opener, and your landing headline. If they do not match, you are losing leads before they even consider your offer. Consistency. Here is the fastest way to boost opt-ins and instantly build trust with cold traffic. Judging a solo ad campaign by the first day's results is one of the most common mistakes in affiliate marketing. The temptation to check stats after just a few hours is strong, especially when early revenue numbers barely move. Yet, data from thousands of campaigns shows most sales do not arrive right away. Less than a quarter of total revenue typically shows up in the first week. The real surge often happens between days 8 and 30, and a significant third of revenue can land between day 31 and day 60. Cutting a campaign short based on early numbers means missing out on the long tail of sales that drive real return on investment. The question is not what happens on day 1, but what the revenue curve looks like after a full 30, 60, or even 90 days. Patience. Here's the difference between wasted spend and compounding returns. And finally, in first place, skipping a full funnel review before buying solo ad traffic is the silent killer behind most failed campaigns. Sending paid clicks to an untested funnel is like pouring water into a bucket riddled with holes. No matter how much you spend, the results leak out before you ever see them. Before you order a single click, run this checklist. Is your headline crystal clear and above the fold? Can the opt-in form be filled with one thumb on a phone? Does the page load in under 3 seconds, even on slow mobile? Does the headline match the promise made in your ad or email? Is your tracking code firing on every step so you know exactly where leads drop off? This is not theory. It is the pattern from over 2,000 campaigns. In one real-world case, a solo ad funnel with a vague headline and slow load time was pulling a 1.4% opt-in rate and losing half its visitors to bounce. After tightening the headline, moving the form above the fold, and speeding up the page, opt-ins soared by 158%, and bounce rate was cut in half. That is the difference between a campaign that bleeds money and one that fills your list with buyers. Here's your action. Before you ever buy traffic, run your landing page through this pre-traffic audit. Fix headline clarity, above the fold form placement, mobile usability, speed, promise match, and tracking. Then, and only then, buy your clicks. If you have ever seen your results double after a funnel fix, drop your story in the comments. This is the foundational move that turns every other optimization from a band-aid into a breakthrough. Do not blame the traffic until you have checked your own bucket for holes. Across all 10 mistakes, one pattern stands out. Solo ad failure is almost always self-inflicted. It's not bad traffic. It's leaky funnels, mismatched offers, and rushed judgments. Fix these execution gaps and the same traffic source flips from money pit to profit engine. Which mistake bit you hardest? Drop it below.